And today I finally am going to do a video on this tank. The AMX 1390 French Tier 8 autoloading light tank. A tank so OP, Wargaming decided to nerf it. So OP, huh? It absolutely certainly does not have the worst DPM of any Tier 8 light tank. You know, with average pen. Actually, I think it's less than... It's only 170, yeah, RU is 180. The Black Dog is 182. I mean, at least it outpens the T49's heat, 152 millimeters. Oh no, such bad pen. The T49, even using heat, or I mean, even if you're stupid enough to use the 90 millimeter on that gun, it still out DPMs this tank. This tank doesn't have, it has the worst DPM, but it has the highest burst damage because it's the only auto-loading Tier 8 light tank. Hooray! So it's got burst damage, it has bad DPM. Surely it's fast. Oh, 60, what is it, 64? Or is it just 60? Right here, 64, yep. So yeah, you have a tank that can go 64. Wow, so fast. The RU-251 can go 80. Both the other German light tank can go 72. The American tank can what? I thought it was 70 at least. Anyways, point is this thing is not fast compared to other light tanks. Its DPM is lacking. It doesn't even have armor. T-54 lightweight has better power weight ratio than a tank that weighs half as much. Yeah, it doesn't have oomph in the gun or the engine or the armor, and the health is kind of average. So what does this tank have? Well, it has an auto-loading 90mm, which I've mentioned. This gun, the auto-loading 90mm, the F3, wow. So what's special about this gun? Well, it's one of the few autoloaders higher at Tier 8. T69, this thing, the Defender, and the 5100. And it's a light tank, so obviously they don't want it to have DPM equaling or rivaling, I can speak, the medium tanks at this tier. So obviously it can't have good DPM, but apparently they didn't realize that the RU-251 has DPM. So they nerfed that. They also nerfed the accuracy, the aim time, and yeah, just horrible. Wargaming. So I do believe that this is the worst Tier 8 light tank in the game. It's not fast, it doesn't accelerate quickly, it has no DPM, no armor, there's nothing going for it besides the fact that it's got a 3-shot auto-loading 90mm that does 675 damage in 5 seconds. It used to be 4 seconds, but they nerfed the interclip reload. I believe they also nerfed the clip reload overall. I would probably have shown you on the website, but that website hasn't updated to 4.4 stats. Great team. So I'm bottom tier. No, we are bottom tier. I am bottom tier on this map called Port Bay. Yes, that's what it's called. And yeah, let's see what we can do. View range wise, this thing, it's not the greatest view range, but it's not horrible. What? I honestly, the fact that the enemy team didn't go this way really is interesting because they definitely have the advantage on this side of the map. But okay then. You can see I went up that hill fairly quick, but I came down the other hill as well. And look, it can drift. Hooray! It just, yeah. If I was in the Black Dog, I would be having so much more fun. But yes, I have to do this video. on this tank. I owe it to y'all. And yeah. One thing that's characteristic with all French lights is the lack of elevation or depression. So I have 17 up, or no, not even. I think 13 up and 6 down. So you see, I can't use this hill to get shots on a lot of people. And then there's the penetration. Another thing this tank lacks is ammo capacity. It only carries 30 rounds. 36 rounds, correction. Wow, I can count. 36 rounds, which limits your capacity of how many rounds of if you want to carry HE, you can't really in this tank unless you're gonna cut yourself down. See, I am firing blind through a bunch of bushes, and I'm having to spam Premo into a Tiger 2. A Tiger 2. Shows how good this gun pen is. Of course, I wasn't really aiming for weak spots because I wasn't going to aim down into the lower plate. And we did take a hit there because it took us a while to finish reloading clip. There we go, finally some nice damage. This has been a bit of a stomping. But yeah, this thing, I don't know. Wargaming shouldn't have nerfed it in my opinion. Sure, its stats were above average, but it has less than half the players of popular tank like an RU-251. And it's not as fast, so it can't get you in trouble. It's not as good as an RU-251. And it's been in the game for 2 months. RU-251's been in the game for a year and a half now. The T-54 Lightweight's been in the game for how long? It's been a year or so. So yeah, there's more players who have access to those tanks, and they're worse players generally. Burned, nice fire. And so, you know, they're going to bring the average stats down compared to the players playing this tank. Because it's new, so all the good players who, you know, can grind tanks fast or have wallets will get this tank quickly and play it. And that's why the average stats are high. And look at that, we did 2437 damage, picked up 2 kills, not bad, not bad. So, this tank is going to kill me. Let's see. We are now top tier in Himmelsdorf. They have a 1390 and a lightweight, and T49, so they have 3 of the 4 tier 8 light tanks. And yeah, we don't have the 5th, 4th, what? Words. Where's my team gonna go? If they're smart, well actually, yeah, if they're smart they would go this way. Because we only have 1 heavy tank, so if they do go heavy side, the enemy that is, and we go heavy side, we're gonna get just creamed because we don't have the armor or the health. Yes, I have medium tanks that are almost as fast as this tank on my team, particularly a T-23. And where are they? Behind me. I mean, of course, I go 64. Yay, 64. Not exactly excellent. If you were stupid enough to fully kit this tank out, anticipation of it being good, I feel sorry for you, because it's just a waste of spare parts. Look at that shot. That one was wasted too, so already our clip is wasted, and now we gotta wait 17 seconds, roughly. There we go. No. Sit still. There we go. See, we can finish off low health tanks. Really easy. It's just, I mean, they're not always going to be low health. And then you're going to have to run away during your reload. And yeah, that AC-48. was... I don't know. I don't know. So, critical hit. There we go. Tracked him. He's used all his repair kits. Somebody please kill him. Thank you. Of course, you could have killed him before he repaired his track. And now is the time where we go in and clean up. To get some damage in. Yep. And then we hide. Oh, we didn't get away in time. And look, we're just about the right height where he can't shoot us. But he actually could probably shoot us. See, that's the problem. When you're up against an obstacle, your gun goes up. So I shot the mantle instead of the side of his tank. How unfortunate. Lost out some damage because of that. It's really stupid how the game does that. Yes. Okay. Bottom tier. Vineyards. We have Void Player in a T-34 1776. Yeah. Should be interesting. Let's see. We're not going to have a good time. If this thing had better penetration, I would understand cutting the DPM back. But the fact that it has the worst DPM, not the worst penetration in the non-derp tier 8 light tank, on top of having only 2047 DPM before the nerf, it's just, it makes you wonder what Wargaming's thinking. They're just looking at the average stats, but the average stats are only the good players. Because this tank, well, it's not popular. Well, not particularly. It's only been in the game for 2 months. It's not particularly good, so, you know, or an easy grind tank to get to, so the noobs aren't gonna be able to get at it super easily. So you have that to deal with. Oh no, turn your turret to the side. Let's see. Oh well. We just gotta wait and see what we can do. The T-34. You see, I not only missed the point of aim and went slightly high, but I bounced. So, you know, thanks for the nerf. It really didn't need it. And you know what else? And they buffed in 4.4 two of the pretty much the best tank destroyers at tier 5 and 6. The Stug 3 and the... What are you up to? And the Jägerpanzer 4. They already had great, fantastic DPM. They already had, well, fairly okay medium words mobility. They already had, yeah. I mean, they didn't have armor or particularly a large amount of health, but nothing at that tier. That's a tank destroyer has a lot of health at either of those tiers, and they really didn't need armor. So they buffed those. They gave the Jägerpanzer 4 a DPM increase, and they gave both of them an overall mobility increase, maneuverability increase, mobility, whatever. So it really is bothering me how, because it just, yeah, I'm speechless that they would do that. This guy is dead now because he's turned. I've done my job. So that was a classic, you know, ignorant T-28 driver. Well, ignorant, well, unobservant, doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah. So the Jägerpanzer 4 and the Stug 3, you know, just because their average statistics were bad, It's because they're low tier, they're easily accessible, and a lot of them are played. They're incredibly common compared to this tank. It's just frustrating. Okay, top tier Oyster Palms. One thing to note about this tank, same with the Black Dog, is the premium ammo costs 4,000 credits apiece. You're doing 190 damage for 4,000 credits. And the T-54 lightweight, with its 100mm, does 220. What does it do? It does 280 with standard. I think it's 240, 260, something like that. For 3,600 credits. So you're doing more damage for 400 credits cheaper. Why? I mean, seriously. They said they'd reduce primo costs. What would this thing be without that 6,000 a shot? Or maybe it'd be 4,200 a shot. Maybe they would want to reduce it by 200. Maybe they didn't reduce it at all. Because 4,000 a pop, it's gonna cost you. I mean, even if you pen, you're not gonna, well, I mean, since it's not a premium, you're not gonna earn credits back per damage. And we got the entire clip off into him, and the bulldog, not black dog, bounces. So wargaming. Why is the premium ammo for this tank and other light tanks, this tier, excluding the T-54 lightweight? I don't know what the RU is like, or the T-49. Pretty sure the T-49 is more expensive because, you know, higher caliber and all that. Why is it so expensive to deal so little damage on tanks that need Pramo? The Black Dog doesn't need Pramo because it has 12mm more penetration, and 12 doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. It is significant enough that I really don't find myself using heat with it. Why is it that this tank, the same tier, same caliber gun, that actually needs to use Pramo a lot, why is it getting screwed with costs of ammo? It doesn't make credits at all. So, yeah. So, Morgan, why'd you nerf this tank? Nice, nice. He's got the 122, and he missed like that. And why is the Primo so expensive? It's kind of stupid, if you think about it. But whatever. Let's see, what sort of impact can we have? Since we're not alone, which is very helpful, the 90mm. And he puts a shot out. And here comes an IS-6 to finish me off. Can't even get out of the way. Wow. I really hate this tank. It doesn't work. It's not competitive. It's not balanced and looks like... It's not balanced in any sense of the word. But Wargaming decided it deserved nerfing. I disliked it before the update, and I hate it now. I think Wargaming is really stupid for doing this to a tank like this. And the team loses again. What a shocker. Wow. Let's see, is this guy going to be able to pull it off? No. I mean, they had two full health tanks sniping the entire game. One of which was a light tank. A Type 62, not a Dragon. A Type 62 is probably epitome of light tank at its tier. It is not balanced. And it's not balanced the same way the 1390 is. 1390 is not balanced because it sucks. The Type 62 is the furthest thing from that. And, you know, they can't nerf premiums. So yeah, do 2,000 damage. Get a team that does this. Do 2,000 damage in a tank that really sucks. get a team like this. With 36 rounds, if you loaded full AP, on average, you'd only be doing 6,000? Over 6,000, okay, something like that. Do I math right? Yeah, something like that. You'd be doing 6,000 to 7,000 damage potential. And that's plenty. But when you're throwing APCR into the mix and you aren't penning your shots, you'll run out of ammo. I've had it happen. So what do I think of the AMX 1390? I think that, yeah. I think it's so worth it that you should never play it. Unless you're exceptionally skilled and better at the game than I am, which granted is not hard, don't get the tank. Stay away from the entire line, really, because the two newest French tank lines are really lackluster. Nothing special. The Foch 155 is underpowered. The Batchat 25T is alright, but the grind to the Batchat is so bad. The grind to the Foch isn't that bad. In fact, it's actually better than the Foch because the Foch is better than the Foch 155. It's the 1390 can go and rot in a hole. It's not the slightest bit balanced. So, yeah. Probably the best French tank line is the AMX 50B. AMX Foch 155, bad. Batchat, not competitive enough for an average player. Of course, there are exceptions to this, and I recognize that, but the 1390 compared to other tier 8 light tanks is the worst on both stats and how you have to play it. Because, I mean, light tanks should have some form of fun, especially since tier 8 is basically the epitome, except excluding the Batchats, which I don't know why they're light tanks in this version, but they are. Yeah, it's just pathetic. That's all I gotta say for it. So I hope you enjoyed this rather dismal review, because I didn't. Yeah, this and the last video, the Sherman 5, really downers, just bad. So, with all being said and done, I'll have to say see y'all, have fun, stay safe, and bye.